All I need is one mic.
Yeah. Let's keep it going, the energy going for Gerald, Cedillo. Another one of my favorites, man. Keep the energy going, man.
To her that bid me right. With a realer art, I could make you some elaborate kitsch. A thing to hang on your refrigerator door or to sway its hips on your car dashboard. A realer art could be served on a plate, taken up by bright spoons around the table. Everyone dressed in rental suits and borrowed heels. The valet paid, the babysitter paid, the dog drunk on a bone, and a curtain to raise an orchestra could sound. But I carry my imagination in my back pocket, sprawling and wild as it is, like a mash note intended for no one. So when you say, recite me something, you didn't expect me to say, step back. This is going to get reckless. I am about to loose the convict of my tongue, sprung from the prison of mundane social life, trying to fit in, say the right cliche, ignore our more primal urge to sing, because I become intoxicated with words. I become a rocker, my heart a full bottle of Jack. This isn't a page, this is an amplifier. My pen is the plug, I'm about to stick it in. This poem isn't stopping at 10, it's going straight to 11. If you're in the range of my voice, you've entered into the goblin concert hall of my mind, the unrecognizable marketplace that exists best by starlight. I haven't got the news, and I don't care to know the time. I refuse to seek a doctor, but I can shape a line mid-air like the first map maker. The territory's so real, you'll apply to do a semester abroad in my work. My method, my material, no more common than a bag of potato chips. But if you think what I do is a trifle, you weren't just sleeping during my class, you forgot the dreams you had. My spectacle is more immense than dollars and cents. My first language was Google Analytics. My spirit animal is a mechanical bull. I will reenact the rebellion for you if you promise to memorize it just as I said and not turn my art into elevator music. I will not sell Nike shoes or help you lose weight. I don't know the vacation spots, but with the supreme confidence, I can provide a vision that will take you away. I can say, even in me is a garden wholly yours that I'm not allowed to enter. We will watch the last lights leave heaven. I wish we were riding that pale beam like a giant San Francisco trolley car. And when the night sky finally takes off her day-colored dress, we see her fierce black back. We sit back in the grass and forget to breathe. But I shouldn't fish for your attention or push away your interests. I just don't want to hear the pre-chewed niceties. I don't want your censor's hands killing it before you give it to me. Let me drink you in like necessity. I want the living worm of your thought. This is called Sporting Spirit. Fuck me. I remembered the ladder toward becoming a man wrong. It started in the remarkable attempt of a nude, strenuous quadruped onto the late Renaissance and unmistakable energy of unmistakable echo of manly energy. But then I had only heard of that. It bothers me that I can't recall my first wank. The first time joy burst over into a savage place, or even that first sustained frustration with that most available of organs. The pearl dive down. I don't remember the name or face of my first crush, the many women I must have seen and loved, puppeting my father's controversial history. I wish there were a more pivotal point I could inspect and say, see, that is where manhood began. And it has nothing to do with virginity or football, the first spit of beer or hair on my chest or who knows where. It's a psychology that's hard to pin down, and it spins in the tire wheel of our bodies, and it pops up again as we most yearn for it along our pathless way. I want a stenographer to track my attempts, the hours and minutes I've spent trying to find providence, because something has to make me stop feeling so immortal. I remember the body of the black boy, shirtless as he walked toward me. Too late to run as I laid in the lower shell of the bunk bed. Summer camp, everyone outside playing hooky for no special reason. I laid, and he came out to find me for my great ability of turning words into swords and letting them hurt others without noticing. When in an instant his hip leaves my sight, and I hear the creak of the bed above me as it takes his entire weight, then the quick strike of his foot cut across my face. Blood becomes my mouth, my nose deformed, armor failed, and he runs out into the future of, I assume, equal outrage and scandalous love, carrying just as much struggle and imagination as I. And if I ever met him again, I propose we toss a ball around and talk. Talk of the infinite length, about the sweep of a million years that have passed between us at that one unfortunate meeting. Though I bet the immediate aftermath was the same. Bitter for me, triumphant for him, and it's the same for every event we've encountered afterwards. He went with his faux gladiatorial chest puffed up and perhaps blood smeared, and he rehashed how he got his revenge, while I went my way and exchanged the vents, in turns tolerable, in turns hideous, the great enemy of my youth. At times I was the ugly foot, he the sucker with the bad timing. And isn't that the heat? Isn't that the heart of locker room talk? The way no matter what happens, we launch ourselves into others' eyes, cast ourselves as the characters, play the position until it takes. And no matter the context, we have to keep trying, keep talking, keep making myth. We become, as listeners, as sharers, the slow motion commentators, part of the conflict, part of the game. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.